Hello, everybody. It's Chris Cowden here from AppSumo for another Meet the Founders episode. We do them every Friday from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for waiting patiently. We are ready now to kick it off for another week. So we have Ivan from IKI.AI, and we're going to be covering his founder's story, then going into a demo and covering your Q&A. But just to let you know, it's Taco Day. It has been for the last 24 hours, and Taco Day gives you 10% off everything store-wide from now until 11:59 Central Standard Time today. So make the most of that extra 10% off to get on all the deals. And if you're a Plus member, you'll get that extra bit of discount, and it comes up to 19% off everything. So, Ivan, please introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about how you came up with the concept of IKI.AI.
Thank you so much, Chris, for the intro. So I'm Evan. I have a PhD in applied mathematics. I've been doing machine learning, particularly natural language understanding, for last 9 years. Last corporate job was head of information retrieval group in a large voice assistant with over 1 million of monthly active users. I was responsible for building search engine, both vector search before it got hyped by LLMs, and these later RAG solutions. And then we also had a search within a knowledge graph, which was pretty innovative in 2020. So that's my background. That is quite relevant to what we do in IKI, actually. The idea was to help people organize their knowledge with the help of natural language understanding, and help people gain knowledge faster and extract insights, facilitate brainstorming, a lot of things that we naturally were doing just by, we were expanding our knowledge network by Googling, and then trying to go through all the articles and try to extract some ideas from them. Actually, large language models changed the paradigm, and now they can reason for you, and then they can help you to gain these new pieces and pieces of information, and just attach it to the things you already know. So that's the ultimate idea, a big vision behind it.
You've blown my mind, because that is just way too technical for me. So is there a more like simple way to put it, IKI.AI, for everybody else?
I'm so sorry. Yeah. But you can understand what kind of ideas are in our minds from this speech. To put it simple, we are just trying to build a digital library for professionals and teams where people can store their knowledge, and there's a copilot that helps them skim through this knowledge, just find some particular pieces of information. When, for example, you have a large PDF, like 100 pages, it's hard to locate particular issue about particular number, some company revenue, whatever. You can do it with IKI. And then there's another part when people are trying to create content. For example, you are writing an essay, or you even are trying to write some scientific thing, or maybe a popular blog post. And all the culture is built, we are living in postmodernism era, where we consume knowledge and then we spit out something else. Like, we reproduce this knowledge, some parts of it, and then we come up with some other, we're not inventing a lot of things from scratch. We're just recombining the things that we already know. That's how culture works. That's why we're trying to help people write just by adding a lot of stuff they find relevant, and then ask a system to make a draft for them, or just to help them brainstorm. And then they can easily import this knowledge import the assistant answers into a note, and it facilitates writing a lot. There's also going to be a research assistant, which we're working on right now, but it's going to come closer to late October, early November.
No promises. No, that's great. I would love it if we could show the dashboard and just show like this, how to use IKI.AI.
Let's try that. So I wasn't preparing that, actually, but it's always around. So I'll try to share my window.
Just press H. There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
probably you can see
So,
my screen. Yeah, perfect.
yeah, perfect.
So, for example, that's my library. It's pretty large. It's over 2,000 of documents. So some content is private, some content is public. For example, that's an article about San Francisco, so I can ask about to extract key ideas from this document. I mean, it's a short thing. There are also large PDFs, so I can filter things by, for example, a PDF. And then, for example, that's a report about HR leadership and HR trends. That's quite a large thing. You can see, for example, the scroll here. It's obviously large stuff. Questions about particular numbers and so on. Yeah, I won't be like spending too much time on that because that's obvious. And then you have this main screen of Copilot. You can chat with different domains of knowledge with web search, with library. With web, it's like same way as you ask Google for questions, for queries. The most valuable thing, I think, is your library. And then there's IKI index of public materials. Sorry for these noises.
No, totally
So
fine.
yeah, for example, here are some queries that are pretty like illustrative of what can be searched for. They're gonna be recommended to different users, different ones of them. We're just now like working on personalization of this part. But let's, for example, try this one: how to get a product market fit, and yeah,
So, so you,
might be
so
where.
you'd.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
okay.
sorry, Evan. So you recommend
Yeah,
we use the search first to find information, and then use the AI Copilot to ask it questions to
yeah,
find extracts.
yeah. So that's a funny thing. I'll be honest with you. Right now, we are redeploying our search index because it got overloaded. So many AppSumo users came, and right now at this moment we are updating the search index because it became too large, like overloaded its capacity. So right now the search probably won't answer, but and like our two users already wrote that, hey guys, today search is not the best experience. It's because just of the number of users we got. So we're gonna update it in a couple of hours. It's gonna work again, and like I have a lot of demos where you can instantly see this answer. Uh, Sorry for this.
No, that's totally
Happens,
fine.
but
If anybody has
yeah.
questions for the team, just please drop them in the chat. We'd love to get them answered. And this could be questions about the product roadmap or a specific question for Ivan. Yes, please just shoot ahead, please.
Yeah, let's, for example, try web search because different thing. It's not related to IKI index. Let's ask how to get a product market in web search. So we instantly got results, and Copilot answers generates an answer based on these articles. You can hit this thing and go to a particular material. For example, how to determine product market fit. That's what we found on web. So the same experience you've got in IKI search after web data index in a couple of hours, you guys will be able to try it. You can choose models. GPT-O Mini is the default thing. It's pretty cheap and very fast and very efficient. We also got heavier models in here. So in case you have a really heavy reasoning task, you should be choosing these models. In case you are just using search, asking questions, I would go with this one because it's more, it's just faster. And then you don't need this advanced reasoning for answering queries like that because basically the information inside these documents already answers this question. You just need to resurface it into a single structured answer. Then you can
So,
write, yeah. Mhm.
yeah. So who did you create the IKI.AI for? Was it for researchers, or is there other particular people you're that are your perfect users?
We Yeah, it's a very good question. There are different use cases and different target audiences. Um, there are researchers who are overloaded by information, and they need uh, a copilot to help them skim through large documents for archive PDFs. Then there are also people like students who are just needing to produce an essay report. Uh, then the other audience are marketing researchers, so they're not only machine learning researchers or like professional, scientific researchers. There are also marketing guys who are just trying to skim through content, trying to create. I'm sorry, people are going around. They're trying to grab some numbers, and for example, when you're creating a new branding strategy for a product, you're researching like 10 or 20 products in a niche, and that's why you need to go through a large number of PDFs and market reports before you come up with a summary of the trends, and you can apply them to your new product. So that's the other audience.
Yeah, we
And
we
then,
got a really good,
yeah,
we got a question from Navid. Navid asked some great questions last week as well, and probably the week before. Hi, if I upload a catalog of paintings in PDF format, IKI has vision features to comment on the images.
that's coming. I'll be technical in here, sorry guys. So first of all, first thing that is coming is OCR. OCR is optical character recognition, and is going to be facilitating scanned PDFs reading. Then there's going to be also a lightweight CV model that just allows you to perform semantic segmentation of scenes and detect objects, detect colors on images. And that would also allow Copilot to extract some information. And then, so OCR reads, basically reads text from images or reads scans, and then this visual model just adds semantic meaning to images. And then, like the pinnacle of image analysis is current multi-model large language models, like GPT 4B, for example. We don't have it yet in IKI because that involves multimodal interface, but we'll definitely integrate it by the end of the year.
Awesome. Thank you so much for going into detail. We have another question from voicemail phishing. Is it possible to have IKI do what Claude does, artifacts, create and execute code on a side panel as a preview?
I wouldn't promise for that because we're mostly a library, and what Claude is doing, they're doing a smart thing. I appreciate their product team. I mean, they're just experimenting with this large language model, how people can use it, and they're trying to find different use cases, and generating code and executing is one of them. They're not exactly a coding copilot because there are a lot of different models just fine-tuned on code and really like that are ready for professional use. I wouldn't say Claude is, but they're doing a great job of showcasing their.
Yeah, perfect. If we could go back to the demo screen, and I'd love to just go over a little bit more of the dashboard.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just a second. So let me share my screen again. Yeah. Mhm.
What's the community and peers tab?
Let's give it a couple of seconds to load. That's the idea. So that's the part that is a bit outdated. The idea was that we have not just your library, but you have peers and you have community, and part of this knowledge platform is public. So if you upload material, for each material there is private on, private off toggle, and if it's by default, everything is private. People ask a lot about it. Everyone is caring about their privacy. But if you do it like that, you'll be able to, like, people who are subscribed to you will be able to see what you added in their peers feed. For example, that's my peers feed. You see, I'm subscribed to several guys, and for example, Max, he saves a lot of stuff about our competitors, and for me, for example, that's an interesting source of information. And the community is the kind of thing that just shows me collections, the most popular collections from most popular people. Then there are some peers who are recommended. In here, that's a random recommendation right now. Sorry for that. It's, as I said, outdated. And then here are most recent collections. So that's what people update. I just updated this one. Someone created this one. These are public collections. These are all public collections. You can enter any of them and, for example, ask about, for example, outline. And
Are you able
sorry.
to collaborate with your peers? So if you're doing research on brain biohacking with other peers, are you able to collaborate on the research?
That was the idea. We almost have it working. So you can share and people in here and then by email, and they'll be able to. So yeah, actually we have it working, but there have to be some tweaks. Um, and then you are able to collaborate on this collection. So you start seeing it in here in the dashboard, and you'll be able to also edit it. So let's ask about plan energetic day routine according
Perfect. Love
to
that.
Dr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of things excite you about the future of building IKI? What's like gets you excited to build it?
Uh, First of all, the main source of inspiration is our users, who are sometimes, like, most of the times they're happy with some bugs they found, but when everything works smoothly, they are happy with the value it brings, and it also, like, brings value for me. So that's, like, people's excitement is the main source, to be honest. But the second main thing is just delivering these advanced research assistant things, and basically really solving the problem of facilitating your research and your interaction with it in here. IKI is an intelligent knowledge interface, and that's what we're building. There's going to be a lot of different things, like productivity and the ability, like the Copilot will be able to summarize what you've said within last week, and come up with these digests for you, and maybe show you what was the important thing you didn't go through, and so on. So there's been a lot of machine learning involved on top of your library. And then the collaboration part is also, as I said, it's a bit outdated. We need to put some effort in that. We just secured our first VC round, and that allows us to move way faster than we did before, because before it was a bootstrap project. And people are comparing us to NotebookLM, for example. We didn't have NotebookLM in the market when IKI was started, and it was like maybe a couple of years ago we had the first idea of this digital library, because like maybe 7 years ago there was a same name but very different product that would do the same brand, IKI. And people sometimes refer to that. That's brand new. This library thing is just 2 years old, and then so a lot of things are changing. We like people are trying to compare us with the NotebookLM. We started IKI before large language models were even released. So the idea was, like, the idea of digital library lived a long way before that, and Google is basically doing a showcase of their RAG techniques and their Gemini model. But we're trying to build a product and have a lot of use cases for different groups of users around it.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's lots of potential for IKI. Now, there's some questions about the lifetime deal. So I think if we go, I'll go over to that and cover any questions that have come up on AppSumo recently.
Hmm.
But, we do have a question. Here we go. Okay, we have a question about. I'll just bring it up. For the requests per month. Here we go. For the requests per month, tier 1 is 200. Is that 200 prompts? Like every time I make a question, or is it 200 searches?
Um, I don't see a particular. So it's 200 queries, not exactly prompts, not exactly searches, just 200 queries. Every time you make a new query, that's request. So 200 requests to a Copilot. I wouldn't go, to be honest. Tier 1 is just like a demo thing. So if you are rarely using a Copilot and you're not a heavy user and you just want to get the flavor of this product, you can go for tier 1. Because I'll just spend 1 minute on the pricing part. AWS gives us really large checks, and people are uploading thousands of documents sometimes, and sometimes people are asking about PDFs of 260 megabytes. Is it okay to upload a textual PDF with 200? It's quite a lot. So, and that's a lifetime deal. So, for example, if you divide it by 12 months, you're going to have a very small number here, less than $5 per month. Actually, that's below our costs per user on AWS. I mean, it's somewhere around. So if you really want to use the product, then you should go for heavier tiers. And also, I get a lot of questions about research assistant, like so many questions about it. Why does it go to tier 3? Because it involves recurring queries to the Copilot, to a large language model. Then it involves web search. Within the single request, there are a lot of internal requests made by the model and by the tools behind this model, like search tool in your library, web, and so on. That's why it gets really heavy in terms of just server costs. That's why the pricing.
Perfect. Thank you. We have some questions come up, so let's cover them. Google's Notebook LM now generates podcasts from YouTube and documents. Will IKI add a similar feature with multimodal?
We can do that, but I'm not sure. I mean, that's again their approach. They're showcasing tech, I would say. Not all our users need podcasts based on text. It's just a thing that you can have. You can do that with current large language models. So I'm not sure if we find that a lot of our users are really craving for this use case, we can add it because tech can do that. But I wouldn't
Perfect.
just go for showcasing tech just for tech's sake.
Yep. And then Dylan has a good question. You've got the best timing. The AppSumo page states Notion and Evernote as competitor products. Is it a genuine note style second brain app, or is it more like a centralized research library tool?
Right now, to be honest, it's the second option. But so we are working towards making the best writing tool, but we're not there yet because we have this Copilot drafting things for you, but we don't have buttons like rewrite, summarize, and so on inside your, or can continue the writing inside our editor. We're gonna add it. It's not rocket science, but right now, current use case is more around the library than around the writing, the editor itself.
Perfect. We have another question here. I'll cover this one first. Can you have custom instructions for the AI to reply with a specific format or style?
You definitely can do that. People don't really think of how many options they have in terms of textual input, and you can not just write queries. You can also ask the same way as you talk with GPT. You can ask for a style, length, format, and so on.
Would you be able to show us how to do that?
Absolutely.
Perfect. And then we have a question. about that as well. So that's great.
So I'm not sure we have updated index, so it's the perfect time for demo. But let's try again with the index. No internal thing. But yeah, not sure. Probably we're updating index right now during the demo. It's perfect timing as always. Let's go to the web search and try this one. So explain like for sorry, 3-year-old is 12 years old is for um, so you see it adapted. Transformer architecture is a neural network architecture. It's a pretty advanced thing, but for 12 years old it explains like a smart robot brain that helps computers understand and create human language, a big box of Lego bricks, and so on. And then you can also ask for writing it a longer way, or like write a tweet. You see, and then you can say make it one sentence. You see, so it understands commands, and that's beautiful about assistants. And also it remembers your chat history. So people don't really think there's a lot of tech under the hood to make it that smart.
And then can you create like custom prompts so that like if I add specific ones, like it says extract my ideas, write a tweet, could I create my own ones, and then it would work as a master prompts for all inquiries?
And that's a great question. You cannot do that right now, but we're going to add it, and it's going to be pretty like super simple. So you're just going to have a button in here, plus, and then you'll be able to add your own buttons in here. It's on the roadmap. Yeah.
Cool.
And then we designed it like the way there are also going to be follow-up questions to the documents that you are researching. They're going to be generated. So
Awesome.
actually, I'll address this topic a bit more. We have a huge roadmap that is like we cannot deliver it with the current team. That's why we're hiring actively. That's why we raise money, because polishing this current product with the current team, that is possible. Delivering all the roadmap features that people ask for, and we understand that people need them, that's impossible.
Yeah. What out of curiosity, what positions are you hiring for? For everybody that's there might be potential hires.
So we just hired QA engineer, and we had a perfect selection of QA engineers. I don't know why, but for this position we have I'm now looking for natural language understanding research engineer. I'm super happy with this type of candidates, because either they want so much money, or they like they're so much lazier than people were before large language models. Right now, engineers, machine learning engineers, they're just trying to do everything with large language model, which is not the best practice, because it's expensive, and it is not that efficient as you can work, as if you can just make an index that work with transformers, smaller models, embedding models, and so on. So yeah, I won't be going too technical. And then we're also hiring backend engineers, of course.
Perfect. Okay, I think we covered this question. Can you describe more about the research assistant and its capabilities? If we haven't, could we just explore that a little bit more, please?
Yeah, so the idea is that sometimes you need to produce a small research on a particular topic, and it's not just answering a question. It is more like writing a report. For example, you're looking for marketing trends. Trends in, for example, silicon production last year. Is it going up? Is it going down? Silicon chips. So what are the trends in there? And to do that, you can do that manually. You can Google that, and then you can, particularly what people do, they Google things, then they are skimming through summary. Then they're trying to go through some PDFs with extensive industry researches. And then sometimes people don't trust internet and they prefer to stick to their own findings, their own documents that they already might be saving for some time while they were researching the topic. So the idea is just to go to different sources. First, you decompose different sources, fetch information, then you try to summarize it and produce an output. Then you reiterate if you are like the model evaluates if the output is good or not, and then it goes again. So it's an iterative process, but the result is of a good quality, sometimes superior to what you can do in a short period of time, and it saves you so much time.
Perfect. I think that's helped understand the full research process, and also with the ability to collaborate with other peers, you're getting other people participating in the research and putting their spin on what the outputs are as well. So I see that as very powerful. I don't know who I was listening to, but they said that teams should share their prompts with other people, just so that they can see how other people are using the AI. I see that Channel Sculptor has written a question, but I can't see a question. Could you rewrite the question, please? As I'd love to ask it, but I just can't see it on YouTube. Thank you. So just to let you know as well, AppSumo is running a 10% off sale for Taco Day, and Taco Day ends very soon. So let's just go back to the store. You'll see Taco Day, all deals store-wide have a 10% off, but the sale ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Notch ends very soon. And then for AppSumo Plus members who get a 10% off already, with the 10%, it actually works out as 19%. So you'd get 90% off all the deals, including IKI.AI, until 11:59 Central Standard Time. So make the most of that extra savings. I mean, that's a ridiculous deal. So do you have any final words, Ivan, for Sumolings, for prospective users as well?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. So to summarize all the experience with Sumolings, you guys have been great users and great audience. Thank you for your patience. I know the product needs a lot of improvements. I know we have a couple of bugs. I know we need to scale. So there are a lot of issues, and you guys have been patient with us. Thank you for that. I would just like to adjust your expectations. So the next week, I think we're gonna be stabilizing everything and polishing. And I encourage you to use the product, but I also encourage you to have some patience with us because the deals are lifetime. And I think by mid-October, we'll have the version of the product that you'll be happy with and that I'll be proud with. So we're working without weekends on making things way better than they are now. And I just want to thank you guys for your trust, because a lot of people expressed support and very positive feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, Sumolings. So just keep giving that feedback, because all the deals on AppSumo are there for a specific reason, to get feedback so they can improve the product for you. So thank you so much, Ivan, for your time. Thanks for all the questions. I'm just double checking if we have any other questions. No, we are all good. I think that wraps up today. We'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. CST with another